Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here, along with Xerjin. Say hello, Xerjin.
Hello everyone, hope you're well.
And we're going to be continuing our playthrough of War in the East 2. And this episode we're going to be focused on, yes, the Ukrainian front and freeing up the ability to bring Romania into the war by creating something of a Lvov pocket here. All right, so we're going to continue with this now. Should we start up here and work our way down? Or
I think so.
Okay.
I would start at the top and work our way down, because the aim is to give ourselves as many free units in the south bit that we can see at the moment to enable us to create that pocket. So yeah, let's do that.
So we can move these guys here. And then let's see.
Shift would give you hard
Yeah.
attack, full attack if you like. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I'm trying to maybe add some more units here. Yeah, that looks better. 25 to 11. There we go.
If you close the turn summary on the right hand side, Gamer, it just lets us see what units you're going to attack with.
Right. Over here. Okay.
At the top.
Yep. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's
okay.
It, yeah. Cool.
Okay, so we want to just select them so that we can move. No, we want to unselect them. Right.
Yeah, get that H quarter unit. It should be relatively soft. Yeah.
Well, not as soft as we would have liked. Yes. Okay, we'll bring these guys. Well, they're yeah.
What they've done is the three counters that we've currently got there in blue. That's a broken down division into three.
Right, the brigade. Yeah.
Regiments. So we could build it back up again if we so choose, but I don't think it's necessary right now.
Okay. 8 to 3. That looked like it might be an effective attack. Nope. Okay, well.
I pushed him back, and that's what we want.
Yeah, I want to be an all-conquering hero. Okay. I think here. I think we're just going to do another overwhelming force with all of these. Just make it crushing. Okay, got that. Push back. These guys can come up to there. I know they're weak.
So they're all part of the 62nd Infantry Division, those three that you've got there now.
Yeah. We need all of that.
No, you have to shift and hover.
I keep hitting control for some reason.
Shift and hover over is the way to select them all.
Yeah, I know. It just for some reason my fingers have been hitting control for I don't know why. Okay, yeah, 12 to 2. Yeah, I know it. You know, boot them, don't tickle them, kind of thing. All right. Okay. Now.
Then I would move them all up together in front of that armor division, and then build them back up again into a division.
Okay.
And we do that by pressing the B key on the keyboard when you've got them all in the same hex. Oh,
okay,
can't he move?
He can't. No, he can't move to there.
We'll do that next turn then.
Okay.
He can certainly move up. That one behind.
Now is that going to be a stacking problem?
No, if you put them on the one down, the the ones that are currently hiding. Yeah, put him there. Yeah, if you put him there, and then press B on the keyboard. That will get rid of your stacking issue. There you go.
There we go. Yep, that would. Okay, so I think since we are facing an armory unit, get all of these and see. Yeah, 3 to 1. I think we should be able to handle this. Okay, that hit them hard. I think we should.
Yeah, follow up. Try and get round behind a little bit, that front line.
Okay, that's going to stall out these guys, though, from any more advances.
So what I'd do now is, do you see there's a mauve unit at the back there?
Right, yes,
So that one there, yeah, I would move him up and start clearing out some of these fortresses, because they're so easy. They'll just
right.
crumble with one hit. Yeah. That's it. And just use them to do the whole lot if you can. Causing mass panic now, see?
Yes. Okay, these guys can't move forward unless, yeah, they'll be out of, yeah, okay, so they're stuck there. Do we push down or do we push to the east?
So I would use the mauve first. Oh, I'll say that. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I would push down is the answer.
Okay, well, this guy, he's stuck. We can come down here, but he'll be exhausted. So he's done. So we're on to here unless we're going with more motorized forces in the back. So
you're right.
Okay, so we're gonna come to here, advance up. What is our 13 to 4? I guess that will be sufficient.
And again, clean out the fortress brigades if you can.
That's the end of his movement, so we...
Could you do a hard attack, a full attack? Can you do that against that infantry unit there?
Yeah, 12 to 4. That would be good. Okay, surrendered, routed.
Right, so now we've got a gap there now, so let's exploit that and shift that fortress brigade out there on its own.
Okay, so we're going to come...
Yeah, so now let's take. You see those 2 more fortress brigade, that one on the corner. Let's take that one out as well. That one there. That's it. Yeah. Just to what we're doing there then is we're freeing up the infantry units that are in front of it.
Yep.
Oh, run out of movement points.
Yeah, run out of movement points. We still have one more division up here that we can move down, though.
So, yeah, let's do that. Let's keep to our plan. Let's shift that fortress out.
Again.
Yep. Now, let's pocket everyone else in that bulge by just sort of.
Okay, we still, with this division we were just attacking with, we still have more movement points. Do we want to move like to just to create our pocket? Do we want to come down like to there? I agree.
Yes. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so there we go. So we're linking these up.
Yep.
Got some infantry divisions moving there. Now, are we going to use the infantry to push in here?
Yeah, initially, yeah. Let's see what damage we can do with what infantry we've got, and then the armor can clean it up.
Right. Okay. Deliberate attack. Yeah, that's good enough.
Yeah, so move there, yeah.
Okay, that's about done him in. One
So
thing we
I reckon.
need to keep doing is moving up the HQs. Just
So I reckon we got 2 more infantry there. I reckon for my calculations.
we
Yeah,
we have
we got,
of the mauve. We have 3 more infantry divisions right along here.
so let's use them to shift. You see that HQ in the middle of that line?
Right.
There's now a line in front of us. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Let's move him there and try and shift those units that are there. There, yeah.
Yeah.
See if we can make a hole.
Okay, we do deliberate attack there. We can attack that armor unit at 21 to 5.
Sounds like
So,
a plan. I'll take 21 to
yeah.
5's good, isn't it?
Yeah, I think.
Oh my word!
Wow, that did not work out well.
Sometimes
Okay,
it happens. That's life, isn't it?
let's see if we can overwhelm this. 25 to 4 now.
Yeah, go on.
Don't we have enough? No, I guess.
I
Nope,
think it's
it's
because
not
you've
letting
got
me do.
both selected. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
yes,
that's why I was
yes.
trying for both selective. That's 13 to 4. Not good enough. Okay,
Yeah, you
well,
can move to the same square. You can have 3
okay,
in a hex. Yeah.
right, okay, well,
How much is the stats against that HQ?
the HQ is 6 to 1. I just was figuring we'd get the harder target first.
Go on then.
Now,
How's it going?
hey, we're recording an episode now.
Oops.
Thanks. Yep. Okay, yeah, I think we're stuck here.
Yeah, we're stuck there. So I think. Right. So let's see what Yeah, go on. Give that a
Okay,
go.
no, it's not letting us do deliberate attack. Okay. Oh, no, it is.
So
Okay,
what?
good. Just taking a while to calculate it.
Nah, they held again.
Damn. Oh, well. What are these? Some sort of guards brigade?
Well, probably just had a good day on the front, I think.
Yeah, okay.
So we're gonna see if we can. Let's see what armor we've got behind now. All the red
Yes,
counters stacked behind.
we got up here the 14th Panzer, the 23rd Motorized Division, 13th Panzer. Back here we've got the 9th Panzer and the 16th Motorized Division. And what's up here? Vinking is up here, and it can't
Vinking's
move.
not.
Yeah,
It can't move. But you've got another one right on the right hand side there, right at the far left hand side of the screen. Yeah, there you go. No,
Yeah,
that one there. Yeah,
it's
16th
16th.
Panzer.
Yeah,
Let's start with him because he's the furthest away. Let's see
right.
how close. Yeah, how close he can get to that Panzer, that army unit that's giving us a headache.
Yeah, okay. Now,
I mean, ideally, go on.
Yeah, let's take a quick look here. I think we can see why we were doing so badly. Is there a quick way to remove? I'm sure there is. The counters from the screen.
Yeah, map info. And it's the first. I think it's the first one on the. Not that one before. One before. Toggle units on map yet? No, you had it before. First
Okay.
one.
Yeah. Okay. We're right here. We're attacking here. We're coming across the river, and I think that was probably
There you go.
giving them enough. Where we just moved into here, so we're not going to be coming across the river, and I think that obviously we're also bringing armor here. 14 to 3, 14 to 5.
Well, to 3 makes sense first, doesn't it?
No, actually, no, because I would say 14 to 5. We can do a deliberate attack. At least this was my thinking. Is we're going to get weaker as we attack more. So if we use overwhelming against their best force first, in this case, so we're going to do a deliberate attack here. So it's 28 to 5. We do that first to hopefully, okay, we hit them and hit them hard. They've retreated. Now we do the Yeah, 14 to 3 with another deliberate attack. Okay, so that's used up the Panzer divisions, but we push, or use that Panzer division up, but we push them back effectively. Now, okay, that
Yes.
one isn't moving this turn, so this one here, we're going to come right up, right
Yeah,
along.
with this one, yeah, with this
do we
one, I
want?
would recommend. No, no, where you were before. I recommend not doing deliberate attacks for this one though,
Right,
because they've all been weakened. Yeah, they've all been weakened
absolutely.
now. So when you hit, yeah,
Yeah. Okay, we're going to go with, again, the stronger one first. Just get it done. We've fallen back a little bit. They've been routed. The cavalry division.
and
And
again,
there we go. Okay, now they've been routed. So the tank division is routed, and we are stalled out for activity here. All
yeah,
right.
I would leave him where he is. Yeah, next unit.
Okay, we've got a nice... Okay, these two for some reason aren't moving this turn. So we've got a motorized division and a armor division. We're going to use the motorized first. This is the furthest back. Now, can we come down and hit this mechanized force here?
Yeah, let's get as close as we can at the very least. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the problem here is if we move any further
Yeah.
forward, we create a gap in our own lines, which means that they can cut us off. So I
Right.
recommend just leaving him there, and moving the
Sure.
next one down.
Now,
I mean, we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it, but you know,
okay, we have, okay, now it's just the HQ that can move. Now here, how, I just wonder, what is this?
Turapole or something.
Yeah, yeah, Tarnopol. Do we push for the city and do that, or do we just really push straight down here?
Yeah, so I think we correct our plans. I'd go for the city now because we're not going to make the border anyway.
Right, okay. So we can... I think because this is an 8-strength defensive unit, we're going to come to the north of the unit here.
Yep.
So that we can attack across the open plain. Instead of giving them another bonus for the... And it would, if we attack, okay, 23 to 8. I think that is acceptable odds. Okay, we push them back. And they've routed. And we are able to move into the city.
And I think now all we should do now is clean up our front line.
Sure.
So in terms of the pocket, so if we go back a bit, all the green ones now, I think we want to preempt next turn what the opponent's going to do. The Soviets, the Russians, what they're going to do is they're going to drop back. But in order to drop back, they're going to have to go south and then back across. So that's quite a lot of movement points. They're not all going to make it. So what we want to do is close up as much as we can. So you can see that we can move up in a lot of squares without even attacking. So we should.
Okay, so... Oh, we have another armored unit. We have the 11th Panzer that was hidden here.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, then we can just drive south a little even bit more now then.
Okay, we're running into a bottleneck here with this HQ and whatever's because whenever we come here, notice I run out of movement points. So, I think we need to
move there then.
Yeah, come here.
But it's only a 1-1, so I think
Yeah.
a quick attack. Ooh, the
Oh,
HQ.
we brought the HQ with us. We didn't need to do that. Oh,
but it doesn't
well,
matter.
okay, it's yeah, okay. Okay,
Not well yet. That's fine.
noted. Right, okay. So now we have this. We can we can come down to here, or to here, or
Mm.
where are you thinking would be best?
I
For trying to
think
close this, we could come down to Butch Chan, or however you would pronounce that.
that is
Would
exactly what I was about to say. That's where I would
okay?
go,
Okay,
and I would leave him with a few movement points left there, because
right,
next
yeah,
turn the more movement
right,
points you've got at the end of your turn, what happens is those movement points go back to creating your combat readiness. So if you just click on a counter for me, just for people that are learning the game. So if you see on the right hand side, there's cost swords that
right,
are
right
like
here, yeah,
halfway up the counter. Yeah, and it says it's got 39 there. That's the combat value of the unit left. On the first turn of the game, you start with 100 combat points. And
right,
then when you move or when you attack, they go down. It's like fatigue, if you like. Um, so how do you get them? How do you get them back? Well, there's a combination of things. First thing is supplies that get to the unit, so you don't want to be cut off, and you
right,
want to be within range of your HQ. But then the second thing that goes back to that is spare remaining movement points that weren't used. So that will also go back into the pool, if you like. So that HQ has got to move quite far down, the one that you just moved, gamer.
Okay, well, I'm moving up. Let's see, I'm trying to find a unit that I can stack them with. Okay, so we will move him to there. So this gets those units there. This
What I would,
one, yeah,
yeah, go on. So if you move that one, I would just move him on top of the unit we moved. Just use him
I
right on
can't get
top.
there.
Yeah, put him on.
Can't get there.
Ah,
We'll,
okay.
we'll come to
Closest one.
here. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll stack with him.
And if you go back to your other one that you moved just before, just want to show you
Yeah.
something.
Mm-hmm.
When you click on him, you see one of the units is outlined red.
Yes.
That means
Right
he's
here.
out of contact range. Yeah, he's out of
Okay.
contact range. So you have to move a little bit further forward. Yeah, to there would be great. And hopefully they're all turned blue. There you go.
Yep.
They're all turned blue.
Okay.
So that means that at the end of the turn, they are in supply and they will get it from the HQ.
Okay. He needs to come a bit more forward there. Right. Okay. So we've got these guys all the way down here. They are all apparently
Yeah.
in contact supply, ready
So
to.
that happens automatically at the end of the turn. The computer will run a calculation and work that all out for us. That's good. And we've gone past Lovov, so we've now going to activate the Romanians. So that's objective achieved of what we wanted to do. So that's good.
Right.
So I would now spend the rest of the time, all this turn, moving up the green units on the left hand side there, gamer. Can't tell my
Right.
left from my
Okay.
right.
Now, are we? Just to understand, are we going to try to move them to swing deep in here or attack?
So we can attack the fortresses because they can't move. So just get rid of them. Units, we're not
Right.
going to attack them. Normal infantry, cavalry, or artillery, armor, because when we pocket them next turn, they'll be out of supply, and when they're out of supply, their attack value drops, so they're easier to beat
Right.
up.
Okay.
So let's go to the fortresses and move up.
Right. Okay. Let's. Move.
Yeah, start at the back.
Yeah, let's move you here.
And then just leave him. Move on to the next one.
Just looking here. Okay, yeah, no, that isn't a very good. Okay, okay. Other than okay, that does it for all the fortresses up in the north part of the pocket. It looks like.
So I would then spend the rest, just move up and take over the ground we can take, if that makes sense. Because the closer we are this turn, when they run away, the closer we'll be next turn.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Oh, no, it does. Absolutely. I'm just looking for the best place to move
Him,
this
you
unit.
might want to go just straight east with him. You know, go up to where that HQ. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, sort of put a bit of pressure on him in that direction as well.
Right, okay. And he fell back. Now, excuse me. Am I going to have to worry about them deciding to be advance at all here?
So the first turn, most likely not, but it's good.
Okay.
It's good habit to get. It's a good habit to get into exactly what you're about to do. Click there to stop him from doing that, because um, in every other turn they
Right.
will react like they will try and move up and break our lines, because it's sort of the first turn the computer reacts like it did in history, where they sort of, oh my god, what's going on, and don't react in the right way. But after that, everyone knows they're in a war now, so actually they're not going to run away. They're going to do what they can to disrupt the enemy, aren't they?
Right. So, I
Yeah,
guess.
I'd move.
eh,
God, you know, can he get up a little? Can he go one more than that?
we can
No,
get to
no,
here.
further down.
We can
I
come
was
to
going to
here.
go to, yeah, there in front of the cavalry unit. Yeah.
Okay, so they've swung to there. So we have these white units here that we can move up to recreate this front line where these guys are, to some
And
degree.
and you know why they're white, don't you?
They're attached to higher the army instead of the
Yeah, they are.
our army
And
group instead of.
we can move them around, and I'll show you how to do that when we finish moving, because that's a whole topic in itself.
Okay, so now here, I'm just looking
Yes,
to see.
I
Don't want to.
would go in. I would go in between the two and sort of make a wall in
You
between the
mean
two green
here?
ones.
Oh,
No,
here.
the other
Okay,
side. Yeah, yeah,
here. All right. Okay.
yeah. That's it.
Uh,
Because what we're doing is we're trying to get the other side of him, as many as we can, to when he
right.
does run away. It makes it easier for us to get hold of him.
Okay. I think
But
we'll
we don't
just
have to.
come to.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, we'll come down to here. With that, we'll move the HQ up to here. Keep it stacked. And leave these guys here because they've already sort of moved and exhausted a bit. Here though.
I might leave him there because there's a real hard infantry unit in front of him,
Okay.
so it'll stop
Now
him
we have
from.
the mountain
Yeah.
division here. With an HQ attached to the HQ down here to the south. So.
So I'd move in. I'd move in into the woods. Move up. Just
Right.
move up one. Yeah.
Just to here.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
know we're not using all the movement value, but we're
No,
taking
that's
into
fine.
account we want some counters next turn that are still fresh.
Right. Okay. So we got here. We
He
can move.
he can't move yet. He
Oh, he
can't
can't move
move
yet.
yet.
Okay. Um.
2 HQs.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. This guy here, we can move. This. Look at this one security unit, defensive of 11.
Yeah. So we need to move an infantry unit south to take him on next turn.
Okay. So we'll move this mountain division, the 4th
Yeah.
Mountain Division. Get him into position. And
And then that one up the
here.
north there. Yeah. Yeah. Do that. Yeah. Definite. Get rid of that fortress.
All right. Yeah. They surrendered.
And then move up.
There we go.
And then we've got one more left, I think.
We got that division there. We could
Can we
move it
get in
right
the
down
gap?
into here.
Yeah. And I think that is as best as we can do for
Right.
now.
Okay, so that looks like we've got not a closed pocket, but as you say, I don't know quite going to be all their movement, and the armor might have the ability to move out of this gap here, but it looks like the rest is going to be stuck more or
And
less.
we will close it next turn for two reasons, because we'll have the Romanians and the Germans who can move north from Romania, and we'll
Right.
have the rest of the armour that will activate and can move south. And we should link somewhere where all those units are in the middle of the screen. So
Right.
yeah, somewhere
Good.
just around where those
Yeah.
three fortress brigades are at the moment. Yeah, that's it. That's
Yes.
it. Exactly that.
Right.
So that's the southern front done, and was relatively quick this turn, which was good. Should we look at how to move those white ones now? Do you want to link those
Sure.
into a so if you click on one, just pick one random. So in
Okay.
fact, I think they're all linked to that core, aren't they? They're all
Yeah,
linked to
yes, they're-
51 core. So if we
Yes.
click on 51 core and you click on the
Mhm.
name of it, you actually click the name. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. Now, do you see on the left-hand side it says HHQ, which means Higher HQ, Army Group South. If we click on
Right.
that,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
if we click on that, it will let us select any other higher HQ to put it under. So we could put it
Cool.
under any. So I
Right.
think from memory, the purple or mauve ones were 6th Army and the green ones were 17th Army. So I think one of those two, because they're all infantry, would be a good one to put it under. Now,
Mm.
before you
Now,
do that,
okay,
one thing
okay.
to
This is, I guess, RG is range, so to
yes,
the HQ, okay, and this is over here units, currently, I guess, and max, units
correct,
in the.
spot on.
Well, okay, no,
So CUP,
but this looks like it's over max.
it is already.
Okay, so we don't want to go to
So
the 17th.
so let's stick them in the 16th,
The
6th, sorry,
6th, yeah.
16th, 6th, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go, and you see it's put all of those ones under the
Right.
6th.
Oh, but this one here, which I guess is not attached to anything. Oh no, he's attached to
No.
this. Okay, well, what
So
could we now? Can we do similar? Put him to that HQ that we just.
we can by the same
Okay.
way.
Right. Okay. So here and this
Just
is
down a little bit.
Right. Okay. There we go. Army Group South.
And it was 51st. Yeah.
Right.
51st. There
Right.
you go.
There we go.
Done.
Okay. So now they have an HQ that will help keep them in supply. Right. And so we need to move all of these forward.
And I would go straight east in a straight line if I were you. I wouldn't even go south of any of them.
Right. Well, a teeny bit.
Yeah, yeah, that's not south.
Yeah,
That's just
yeah.
like.
Yeah. But I get what you're meaning for sure.
That's tactical movement, not strategic.
Okay. Yes.
I don't concern myself with a tactical gamer. That's one of the arts to being a good general. Delegation.
Delegation. Yes. Well. Yeah. Yes. Obviously, micromanaging as a general is a problem. But we look at, I would think, with most wargamer types of World War II, whether we want to admit it or not, one of our heroes is Rommel. Wouldn't you agree to some extent?
So yeah, so I think Rommel was an excellent tactician and also ahead of his time in some of the tactics he's employed. So yes, of course I would.
Okay, so he's one of our heroes. Now, as a general, and even to the point as a field marshal, he would come up and deal with the tactical. So, to the point of, I remember the story during the invasion of France. He's advancing. They're having trouble with some fairly heavy French tanks. He's the one that sort of spots some anti-aircraft unit with Flak 88s, drives over and gets them to, point at those tanks and shoot them with your guns kind of thing. So he's doing tactical there. He's doing tactical in North Africa, running around, times out of communication with his head.
So my only
yeah.
I was going to say my only counter. You're right. So my only counterpoint to your point is, was that because he had poorer sub commanders and couldn't trust them to get it on and just do it, or was that because he was a micromanager? That's my question. We will never know because we can't talk to him. But maybe he felt that, God, why didn't you just get on and do it? And now I've got to go in and sort it out because they won't. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes, and obviously all commanding officers have to deal with the realities of what they're given, whether it's the human realities, the people that they're given, or the equipment, or the terrain, or whatever. So nothing is perfect. Nothing is, even if you're some elite peacetime training unit that trains up and is really great, still they have to deal with the guys that they have to deal with, and that is not the case with particularly Rommel. But see, what I'm looking at is, it may be, okay, if you're talking about Army Group South, Army Group North, the guys in charge of it should not be running around the battlefield. But I've read also a lot about Guderian, and he was also not maybe such tactical, but often out of communication with his own HQ, running around to the other sort of divisional and brigade HQs and advising, maybe commanding, but being up on the front line as well. And
so,
yeah.
So there's loads of good points about that. I think Montgomery for the British was one of those that was a keen believer of, being seen by the troops, being out on the
Right.
ground, and it wasn't so much to micromanage; it was just to be there to be seen because of the inspirational factor. So, there might have been part of that involved as well, where Rommel and Guderian were such lauded figures by the Germans that maybe they needed that as well, to see him there, to know it was being handled, rather than trust Joe Bloggs, Captain Joe Bloggs, who is
Right.
just a captain at the end of the day, isn't he?
Yes, and that's very okay. That's very important, and you're absolutely right with that factor. And so this is, again, for those new to this series, is what we're going to be doing. It's discussing things other than just playing this game. And so it's generalship, not because it's different than, because what Xerjin was saying, that, being a general is strategic versus tactical. And I don't know that I have like a solid answer to this, and I'm not entirely disputing. I'm putting up historical counterpoints to that statement, but I'm not saying that you're all wrong. It's just, there's always mistakes going to be made. In anything, but if I think to a point of balance, shall we say, needs to happen, because another sort of story was, I think it was from like the American Civil War. Two officers in command or something, and I get that it's more of just an allegory than anything else. But two officers describing their battles described, man, it was really hot out here, not meaning the temperature, but the action. It was really hot. The enemy's bullets and shells were flying everywhere, and, it stalled our attack. Well, one of them is, sort of, and I forget what battle, or this is a long time ago, so don't hold me to anything. One of them is sort of like a, maybe sort of a Pickett's charge kind of thing, straight into lots of gunfire. The other one, it was just sort of skirmishers sort of firing at them a bit with a little bit of artillery support. And the officers both had the same reaction to the conditions that they were facing, which were very different. Now, a general who's watching the big picture can look and see, halt your attack here because, you are facing too much counterfire. But this other guy, no, get your ass moving. You've got to, because he has the big picture, and they're looking at where they need to push and where they don't need to push. And so I think to a point, it might not just be that you got bad people, or people, not what they could be, bad to be wrong, just maybe inexperienced or whatever. But you've got to sort of judge the battlefield. And this is what I think Rommel was often doing is trying to judge the battlefield by being up there at the tactical level and seeing the enemy and how they're reacting to things, instead of being
Well,
back in the headquarters taking the reports and commanding it from a strategical element.
there's one more. There's one more point as well that helps aid your argument as well, Gaming. When you're a strategic general, you can see everything, or should be able to see everything that's going on for your area of command. Whereas when you're a leader of a unit or a regiment, actually you can only see that like your analogy, that incoming fire in the American Civil War. What that leader has got no concept of, because his natural mind should be to try and protect his fighting unit to still be an
Absolutely.
effective fighting unit. Yeah, but the strategic general, the higher level general, will actually sometimes have to say, I don't care. If everyone dies for the greater battle, that might be what necessarily has to happen. And so sometimes that order has to be given. And so, you have to probably be quite tactical and on the ground to be able to give that order. Because, how many people are blindly going to accept a go and die order from 100 miles away? There's not an
Right.
awful lot of people who take that on board. I mean, Nazis are different, but in most warfare battles,
Well,
not
even
most
the
commanders
Nazis,
just
they,
won't,
they,
won't
they
do.
weren't doing that really.
Yeah, but sometimes it has to be given. So the best way to give that
Absolutely.
order is face
Yes.
to face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really comes out, in my opinion, to a balanced situation of dealing with it, and it can be, like you say, a purely present situation, either inspiring your troops or just reading the enemy. Just, are the enemy brittle and with a little bit of a push, are they going to collapse, or are they steadfast? And if you push on them, you might win, but you're going to take unacceptable casualties. Part of it's that, I would say, but also part of it is they've got tactical skills. A general, presumably, unless they've been in an army that's peacetime way too long, and you get generals without any combat experience, they presumably have more combat experience than their majors that are under them or something. So they need to come in there and give, whether, to the point it becomes tactical commands, but in a way it could have sort of been tactical advice. And it wouldn't sort of in a peacetime formation or idea. And so that becomes, I think, very useful. But they shouldn't lose sight of the big picture. They should keep in touch as best as possible with their HQs that are. See, an HQ, one of these things here, its purpose is as much to manage the battle, the war, the whatever the campaign, as it is to command it. And by manage, I mean make sure the supplies show up, make sure deconfliction of units. We see this here. Confliction is in stacking. How much stacking you can do, but you don't want to have two units firing at the same enemy and they don't both realize it, because they'll interpret friendly fire as enemy fire kind of thing and move into enemy friendly artillery that the other unit is called onto it without knowing it. So deconfliction. So they need to manage the battlefield as much as command it by telling to go, give orders to go somewhere, do something. So an HQ is an establishment. The command element, which the commander needs to be in touch with it, but doesn't necessarily, in my opinion, need to be there. They need to be in touch with it, but they don't need to be there. That's my assessment of everything.
Yeah, and that's why you have often what we call chiefs of staff, or you have aide de camps, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is in
Right.
your different organizations, where you often have one senior general and then a one rank lower general. So you can do that. So you'll have one guy focused on management and one guy focused on strategic movement and attacks. So you can split that quite clearly. That's I think the French did that, the British did that, Germans did that. I think it's a universal thing. I'm not sure if everyone's done it, but it's usually what happens.
Well, yeah, you you're and some, I wasn't in the Navy, but I had some naval training. And in a ship, because it's a ship and it's different than a military unit because you're always in danger, because your first danger is the sea itself. And so it's a bit different. But what they very much emphasize, and quite least like in the American tradition, is your XO, your executive officer, your second in command of the ship, is fully qualified to be a captain of a ship, because whether it's someday, you're going to war, so you're expanding your navy, but it's also whether the captain of the ship is injured, or the captain of the ship is focusing on a particular problem, like a big leak somewhere on the side of the ship. He's out there helping with damage control and overseeing it because of his ship. The other guy is fully capable of making decisions that you don't have a timeliness to get to the captain to get approval or permission for. So yeah, the XO is qualified. It's like a co-pilot. He should be qualified to be the pilot in case the pilot can't be the pilot. So an XO, your executive officer, however you want to label them, aide de camps, need to be qualified, not as qualified as the commander, because he should be qualified to take the higher level command when it becomes necessary, slot opens up or whatever. But he should be as qualified to command his unit as the commander. And that way they can deal with things, whether they're out of touch, the commander's out of touch, or the commander immediately gets removed and so immediately takes it over. So it's very much a command arrangement with that. Well, I think we're going to end this episode here. We'll be continuing our campaign. I just think we've done a reasonably good job at initial moves into the Ukraine. This is looking good to me. So,
oh yeah, definitely. I think we've achieved the objective. So job done.
Very good. So thank you, Xerjin, very much. Thanks so much.
Thank you very, very much.
And so we'll be back next time with more War in the East 2. If you haven't already, please like the videos, subscribe, and comment below. We'd love to have your comments, how you like the format, what do you want to know about it, because we can, whether it's about the game or about the campaigns, we really want to educate as well as entertain here. So please post your comments, questions below. See you next time for more historical gaming.